out for your love with your ring in my hand, driving through the memories of when I first left, picking up the pieces, hoping we ain't done yet. The hurts, the scars won't define who we are. Honey, when we're older, you and I will love all that will be. Looking back and seeing everything we've done in every piece. Day after day, year after year, I'll choose you. I'll never lose you, 'cause we'll be here. Every year that passes, our love grows deep, taking all our chances on you and on me. I'll take every the hurts, the scars won't define who we are. Honey, when we're older. Names like that bring me back. 'Cause you were dancing in the rain when I was just a boy, and you were just the one that I loved. Oh, holding my jacket in the dark, we were kissing in the car when you were just the one that I loved. Oh, I heard you were engaged now. All my friends know too. And I can't help but wonder, do you ever think of when we would run through the hallways at night? Oh, we never came down from the high.
안녕하세요, 누담입니다. 여러분, 오늘은 제가 자기 전에 항상 먹는 루틴인 데일리아워스에서 나온 베러나잇이라는 제품을 소개해드리려고 이렇게 카메라를 켰습니다. 저같이 3교대를 하는 간호사 선생님, 특히 과제가 많은 또 간호 학생분들이나 이런 분들께 정말 강력하게 좀 추천드리는 제품인데, 이 베러나잇이라는 제품으로 말할 것 같으면 졸음을 유발해주고 수면 사이클을 조절해주는 멜라토닌과 몸의 생리적 상태를 안정시키고 수면의 질을 개선시켜주는 트립토판, 그 긴장 완화와 심리적 안정을 도와주는 테아닌이 함유되어 있어서 스트레스 관리와 수면 패턴을 동시에 관리할 수 있는 정말 획기적인 제품이라고 생각합니다. 이 작은 한 알로 스트레스와 수면 패턴 관리가 가능하다는 건 정말 놀라운 것 같습니다. 그리고 혹시나 하실 수 있는 질문이 멜라토닌이 들어가 있기 때문에 부작용은 없나요? 라고 질문할 수가 있는데, 이 데일리아워스에서 나온 베러나잇이란 제품은 식물성 멜라토닌이 함유되어 있어서 부작용은 전혀 걱정 없이 안심하고 드실 수 있다는 특장점이 있습니다. 제가 이 제품을 여러분들께 무작정 추천해드리긴 그래서 제가 한 달간 정말 꾸준히 섭취를 해봤는데요. 실제로 제가 느꼈던 건 잠들기 어려웠던 밤이 현저히 줄어들었고, 그리고 일어났을 때 한결 가볍게 일어날 수 있었던 것 같습니다. 그럼 베러나잇에 대한 소개는 여기까지 하고, 제 영상을 지금까지 꾸준히 시청해주시는 구독자님들께 감사한 마음을 담아서 제가 이 베러나잇을 체험해보시라고 특별한 이벤트를 준비했습니다. 댓글에 이 베러나잇이 필요한 이유를 간단하게 적어주시면 제가 2주 후에 추첨을 통해서 댓글에 당첨 소식을 알려드리겠습니다. 정말 제가 웬만해서 제품 소개를 잘 안 하는데, 이 베러나잇만큼은 정말 한번 수면 패턴 관리에 좀 어려움을 겪고 계신 분들은 꼭 한번 섭취해서 효과를 제대로 느껴보셨으면 좋겠습니다.
Still think about that empty field, just you and me and time to kill. First kiss I didn't know would come. You laughed laughing at my stupid jokes, both of us wishing we were old right then, cause we knew it was love. And everybody says take it slow. Empty field, just you and me and time to kill. First kiss, I didn't know would come. You laughing at my stupid jokes, both of us wishing we were old right then, cause we knew it was love. And everybody says take it slow, but I think it's true when you know you know. Yeah, we could be dancing all night, waking up for the sunrise, late cause we're losing track of time. Yeah, we're in young love, cause when I'm with you it feels like falling in love for the first time. It'll always be true, yeah, I know we're in young love. Oh, oh, oh. Yeah, I know we're in young love. Slow dancing in the parking lot, up talking until 5 o'clock. When we got class at 8 a.m. When I'm with you it all makes sense. I finally get what they all meant by falling in love with your best friend. I scrolled down the Insta page, saw a picture that I didn't want to see. He had his hand around your waist and a smile on your face, like the way you look at me. Cause only 8 months ago he was holding your hand, slow dancing and kissing the top of your head. And I don't know how to compete with that, cause you were friends since you were kids and it still feels like we just only met. Yeah, I was so naive, thinking that you've only felt this way for me. You always tell me I'm the only one you wanna be with, so why can't I believe it? Yeah, old boyfriends kinda scare me, cause they all got a little bit of history with you. Even when you try to tell me I got no.
Rainy days never felt so nice. Bitter cold never felt so good. Grips me better than you ever could. The wind cries merry and I wipe the tears. All I needed was someone to hear. Bitter cold never felt so good.
I've always loved the way you look at me. Stare at the stars, feel the summer breeze. Taking my time to align all the thoughts in my head. If you need me, I'll be waiting for you. If you want me, nothing I wouldn't do. I hope you're feeling it too. Will you take my hand so we can run away? Save our problems for another day. Yeah, I know in the end it'll be okay. It's you and me, girl, there's no other way. Yeah, yeah, I need you to promise that you'll stay. We'll never run out of things to talk about. I don't know how I ever lived without
Take my hand so we can run away. Save our problems for another day. Yeah, I know in the end it'll be okay. It's you and me, girl. There's no other way. Yeah, take my hand so we can run away. Save our problems for another day. Yeah, I know in the end it'll be okay. It's you and me, girl. There's no other way. Yeah, yeah. I need you to promise that you'll stay.
We could love forever or live in the moment, but we gotta own it. Baby, let's go. We can leave whenever or just hit the road.